Let me tell you about my best friend. I'm just my crown when it's falling down. She intercedes for me, always loving me. There is no one better than my best friend.
Hey y'all.
Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. Y'all come on in and join us.
Come
on in and join us.
Grab your bestie if she or he is next to you. Have them sit on down. If not, shoot them a text. Tell them to jump on the live.
Listen.
So we can chat it up.
We got some special things. We got some topics we're discussing today. Okay. And I need y'all to be in the mix. All right. If you're in the mix, log it in. Put here. Put present.
Present and accounted for.
Present and accounted for. Well, we'll go ahead and kick it off. We want to welcome you to the show.
Yes.
All right. My name is Sharice Nicole.
My name is Coco Chantel.
And you are watching
Besties Tell All.
So, friend, how was your week?
My week was eventful.
And y'all, I got to share.
It was eventful. So last week I was talking about my office relocating to a larger space. And that happened last week, Friday. We actually moved Friday. We got there at 8. I left at 6. And so it was very eventful. So my week was really about transitioning my office. That was my focus last week, literally transitioning my office. And something happened on Monday, and I had a meeting about the move, and some things weren't ordered in enough time for them to be here by Friday. And so I really felt defeated because this was my first corporate move. First time I've actually had to relocate an office. And it was kind of, everything goes where I say, things like that. But on Monday I felt really defeated, and I walked outside and I saw an ice cream truck. Y'all, I work in St. Augustine, okay? It's probably not a big deal to you all, but I saw the ice cream truck that we saw in the neighborhoods in the 90s.
Wow.
In St. Augustine. Right? In St. Augustine. And they literally pulled up to the back door of my office. So as soon as I walk out of the back door to my office, they are literally outside playing the ice cream song. And I'm like, the biggest smile shows up on my face. I'm like literally a kid at the candy store, because I could not believe that God, in that small thing, I'm like, God knew what kind of day I had, and he knew exactly what I needed. Like, I don't think anybody else could have done that but him. So I carried that with me all week, getting that ice cream on Monday. So even with the move on Friday, I was like, I will not be defeated, simply because I had some ice cream on Monday. So that's my little spiel for the week, but the transition turned out great. We're going to be testing some things on tomorrow, and then we'll be off again on Tuesday, which will definitely be well-deserved for myself and my staff. So that was my week. How about yours?
Well, I had to unmute myself. So I had a good week. I learned a lot this week. I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about pressure, being under pressure, and how I perform under pressure. And what I discovered about myself is I would like to think that I do well, but honey, I was not. Okay, it was a lot of things that got missed, a lot of things that I was juggling, and I gave myself different time frames saying that I would complete it, and honey, it's not done at all. So I used to be punctual when I was in pharmacy school because it was required. After I got after finishing pharmacy school, I told myself punctuality is going to go out the window. And it did. I am now understanding that I need to bring punctuality back, okay, into my life. And this week taught me that I need to maybe focus on punctuality. So I'll leave it there. Anybody else that's on this live, anybody else struggling with punctuality, honey, being on time? It can't just be me. Please drop fire in the chat. Say something. And listen. Oh, hey Stephanie. Hey,
Hi.
Thomas. Thomas about Mr. Soft. Somebody help.
I'll leave it there.
Let me cut this down.
Anybody?
So we have it going in the background too, so we can see y'all. But if you're on the live, please share the live. Okay, like,
Please and thank
tag
you.
someone, subscribe. All right, down below you'll see that you can follow us at Besties Tell All on YouTube. You can follow us on Instagram, anywhere you know.
Yes, and Facebook.
And TikTok. Child, I still haven't started on that TikTok, but don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. Okay, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Okay, we're gonna get there. But now that we have you guys on the show, we want to jump straight into the topic. So what we're gonna talk about, of course, we have the question of the day. This chair is empty.
Yes,
We have a special guest.
we do.
She's coming from church. We watch church online.
Yes, we did.
Okay, but she is coming from church, so she will be here. All right. And when she'll arrive, you guys are going to love her. She's going to join in on the conversation.
Yes, she is.
We're going to talk about how you can catch us outside. Of course, we're going to be outside. There's this event that we're going to go to, that we're doing a red carpet event. Coco Chantel is going to tell you all about it. Then we're going to discuss BTA favorite things, and then 5 things women need from men. Last week we discussed 5 things men needed from women.
Correct.
This week we're discussing 5 things men need from women.
Yes,
Right.
and we have to talk about that Gabrielle Union movie.
Oh,
The Perfect.
and
Is it called The
yes.
Perfect Find? Is that
Is
the
it
name
called the
of it?
perfect? It's the perfect find.
I think it's The Perfect
So
Find or
if
something
okay,
like
so
that.
let's dive into
You want to
that.
unpack that first?
Let's
You don't want to
unpack
catch
that.
us
Let's-
outside. You.
Yeah, let's before we even jump into how you can catch us outside. So the movie, is it called The Perfect Find?
I believe it's called The
It's
Perfect
on
Find. If you all could just
Netflix?
confirm that it is on Netflix, but
It's
I
on
believe
Netflix.
it's called The Perfect, either The
Yeah.
Perfect Find or The Perfect Catch.
Or The Perfect Catch or something like that. Yeah. But it ooh. Okay, so I'm going to let her tell. Okay. So I'll start. All right. So Gabrielle Union plays an older woman in this movie. We already know that she's older. Gabrielle is
She's
what?
50.
She's 50 years old.
50 now.
So we know that
She's great. Well, she is 50 in real life, but in the movie she plays 40.
in
In the
got
movie
it.
she plays a 40-year-old.
And honey, she goes through a breakup. She goes through a breakup in the beginning of the movie.
Correct.
With someone, I'm assuming that is her age group.
That is correct.
And
And they have
then-
been together for 10 years.
Correct. They have been together over 10 years. He had been stringing her along
Didn't marry her.
and did not marry her. Excuse me. And then she goes to this party and meet this guy. Now, if you haven't watched the movie,
Oh, yeah.
log off, because
We about to
this
tell
is a
it.
spoiler alert. Okay, this is a spoiler alert. But the guy is almost 20 years younger than her. 16.
He's about 16 years
years
younger than her. And they never actually say his age. We had to do the school
We had to,
calculations.
we had to do the math. Okay, and this guy, they meet at a party and they just start tongue kissing.
The
Y'all,
weirdest thing.
It was so many emotions going through this movie. Like,
I was like, in my mind, COVID is real. You don't know this is real. You don't know
they
him.
got caught having sex in the guy's mother's house.
It was a lot.
She was working for the guy's mother, and it's like she really expected him, I guess, to be like the man, I don't know, like
She was looking even in the moment where the mom caught them in the home having sex, and the mom was saying certain things to her. She's like, I came to you as an adult woman regarding my son, and you told me, you know, whatever she told her. And then Gabrielle looks to the young man, and he is, of course, looking straight ahead. Like I think at one point he said something which was a rebuttal to, you had a conversation with my mom and you didn't tell me about it, or you all came to some kind of agreement and you didn't tell me about it.
The perfect find. Thanks,
the perfect
Stephanie.
find. Thank you. And you didn't tell me about it, but that was the only time he ever said anything. Everything else was him looking straight ahead. When his mom was like, I told you to shut up, guess what? He shut up. And Gabrielle kept looking to him, you know, in that heated conversation with his mom. And he, of course, never stood up for her in that moment. And, of course, she then loses her job and is completely and utterly embarrassed, in my opinion. And then, of course, she goes on her merry little way, of course, now with no job. And, of course, having to find new employment and things of that nature. But I'll let Fran finish because I felt a multitude of things watching this movie, okay?
Listen, before we get further into the movie, thank you all for joining. For those of you that just came on, my name is Sharice Nicole.
My name is Coco Chantel.
Thank you for joining
Besties Tell All.
If you're just now joining, please like, share, subscribe.
Yes.
Okay.
And invite your bestie to watch.
And invite your bestie to watch. All right. And also, if you're on here, we are taking donations. All right, y'all, we're a small podcast. We're now streaming live on YouTube too.
Yes.
Okay. We're on YouTube as well. So if you log off of Facebook and go on YouTube, we'll be there, honey.
Hi.
And you can find us also on YouTube at Besties Tell All. Mm-hmm. Okay. And what we're trying to do is simply just gather donations. $2, $3. We're not asking for you to donate a lot. If everybody do a little bit, nobody has to do a lot. And plus, we're also sworn into our own brand and our own podcast. But for our faithful viewers, if you like us, you love us, think we're cute, you like our fashion, all that good stuff, just donate. And you can scan the QR code if you want, or you could just $, Besties Tell All.
Yes.
And that's where we are. All right. So I just wanted to put that there. But before we continue with this movie, we want to tell you how you can catch us outside.
Alrighty. So you can catch us outside on July 29th. Okay. BTA will be hosting a red carpet event at the annual Fix Your Crown Women's Brunch Experience hosted at WJCT by the amazing Raquel Hill. Okay. That is again on July the 29th. It is at 10 a.m. Tickets are on sale. You do get a discount by using the discount code BESTIES and the number 5. That is BESTIES and the number 5. No spaces in between. Okay. Again, that is on July 29th. The annual Fix Your Crown Women's Brunch Experience will be here in Jacksonville. We are always talking about things don't happen here in our city. This is something that is happening in our city by one of our very own. So let's be sure to support Raquel Hill. I have in the past had the opportunity to experience this brunch, and it was absolutely amazing. One year when I went, Leandria came and she sang. One year, Raquel actually took an opportunity to share some of her story. I've heard from Aharia before, Tori. Yes, so a few of these ladies are actually returning. But again, that is on July 29th. We will be there. Will you be there?
If you have good. Look at
any questions,
I like that.
If you have any additional questions, please let us know. You can inbox those to us at Besties Tell All. For those of you who are our personal friends, please reach out to us. You can text us. You can inbox us. But we want to see your face in the place because this is happening in our city by one of our own.
Yes.
And if we're going to support anyone, it needs to be someone that we know and that we can actually touch. You can actually put your hands on this person. And she also supports others. So that should encourage you to support her. And she's an amazing woman all by herself. So again, July 29th, it is from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at WJCT here in Jacksonville, Florida. Tickets are on sale and the discount code is BESTIES and the number 5. Catch us outside.
Catch us outside. And listen, I mean, we have a video that we want you guys to see.
Yes.
It is clips.
Yes. From previous years of the
previous
event.
Years. Yes. And so if you don't mind, go ahead and
give yourself to yourself before you give yourself away. I am done. I am done with not making myself the number one priority.
But it's something when you get in a room full of powerful women, you start remembering who you are. You start remembering where you come from. You start remembering all of the pain and all of the tears. We are powerful. And ain't no devil in hell can stop us. Tell somebody I'm still here. I'm still here.
that was good, wasn't it? I know it was. And so listen, it's going to be on the 29th. We are going to be outside. We're doing a red carpet event. If you know someone, listen, go out there, buy your ticket. Yes. We're giving away a free ticket to someone that is consistently viewing us every Sunday leading up until July 29th.
Yes.
You'll win a free ticket, a opportunity to be on the red carpet with us and maybe ask questions with someone, and then after the event you guys are going to be welcomed back to a space to where you can also be on the show with us and talk about your experience. So listen, if you know someone that's interested, tag them. If you're interested, DM us, okay? Yeah, and again, you're going to have to like the page, have shared one of our lives, and also submitted a DM to us telling us that you are interested, okay? Now,
easy peasy.
We're going to jump into our favorite things. And she talked about hers. I'll let her finish because, honey, I got one for y'all. Yes, sir.
So, my favorite thing for the week was my ice cream experience. Now, I believe it was that day or the day after I actually spoke with Sharice, and I was just like,
it was that day.
It was that day. I was like, friend, you're not going to believe this. I didn't even know they still made these trucks, you know, with the all of the ice cream, you know, pictures on the outside of the truck with the little window that you walk up to. But not even that. It was the fact that my office space is kind of like a dead end. And the only way to get out is actually to back up and turn around. And the ice cream man literally came into the dead end space. So as I was walking out, he was pulling around the corner. So when I say met me, I needed something. I didn't know what I needed, but God knew that ice cream was going to get me exactly what I needed.
And y'all, speaking of ice cream, we went to Dreamette. If you're in Jacksonville, Dreamette is on. They have a couple of locations. I think they have one in Mandarin.
The one on Main Street, and then there is one on Post Street.
Post Street, yes. So we went to the one on Main Street. Listen, y'all, we ate that ice cream. Okay,
ice cream.
Falling from my lip. Okay,
ice cream.
It was so good. And I had the banana split. And they had Fruity Pebbles.
I had vanilla sundae with Fruity Pebbles.
Grow up. Her and my daughter Madison, they both had that. I was like, really? But the banana split was really good. It was huge, though.
You have to try it. You don't get to knock it until you try it.
Yeah, it was huge, though. And our guest has just arrived. Friend, do you want to get the door?
I will.
Leave your mic on for this.
Oh, leave it on?
Okay.
1 second.
Leave your mic on for this. Who does that look like to you, Chantel?
Oh, and she looks really nice. It looks like Jackie. Let's see. Z! Hi! She lied to me!
So our third guest is here, guys.
I did not really write thing to church today.
She lied to me.
And so, guys, and you can stay there. We'll announce you in 1 second.
Oh, okay,
And,
let me come back.
And she's coming back. But it was like a surprise. I told her Jackie was coming, and she was. So one of my good friends and best friend of mine, her name is Jackie.
Yes.
And y'all, she is an amazing woman.
Yes, she is.
Very, very intelligent. And I really believe that she would have added more value to the conversation that we're having.
Indeed.
About the 5 things that women need from men.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, and fortunately, yesterday was her birthday. It's the fortunate part.
Yes.
And, let me take this off. Sorry about that. Yesterday was her birthday,
Mm-hmm.
and so she didn't get in till late. And then today, she has some family events that she will be attending, and she couldn't come. So I was really contemplating on who can I invite, who would I feel comfortable with coming to this space.
Yes.
And a name just dropped in my spirit. And I was like, let me text her. And she made herself available to be here. It is going to be a treat. So we're going to have her join us now before I tell you what my favorite things are. But before I do, we got to pub the video one more time because we need you guys to be in the place.
Yes.
Get your tickets now. All right?
Yes, get them now.
Give yourself to yourself before you give yourself away. I am done. I am done with not making myself the #1 priority.
But it's something when you get in a room full of powerful women. You start remembering who you are. You start remembering where you come from. You start remembering all of the pain and all of the tears. We are powerful. And ain't no devil in hell can stop us. Tell somebody I'm still here. I'm still here.
Oh, I'm so nervous.
All right,
Welcome
back. So now we have our third person here. Her name is Lazidra. Z, what's your last name?
Young.
Is it Young? Young. Oh, it's Young, honey. I put love. Okay.
Love is good.
Oh,
So
yes,
let me put that
that's
up.
good.
No, that's perfect
That's
because on social media, that's how it reflects.
Okay,
Lazidra Love.
so you can follow her, and I just put her social media handles up. You guys should be able to see it. You see her name, guys. Welcome to the show, and please give her a round of applause,
Hey,
Lazidra.
Y'all
All right. So we're gonna get started. We're gonna continue talking about favorite things. All right. I'm
Yes.
gonna put mine up. Your favorite thing could be a person, place, thing, or whatnot. My favorite thing, I'm gonna put it up.
You gonna put it?
What that say? That say Waiting to Exhale CD.
Oh,
The soundtrack.
yes, indeed. That is a great one for real.
You understand what I'm trying to say?
I do understand what you're trying to say.
That album.
That album is.
I put it up there on its own. That album
yeah.
do it all.
Yeah.
Okay? It gets you there.
It does. I would
A
agree with that.
multitude of
It does.
emotions.
I would agree with that.
You would agree with that?
Absolutely. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Babyface did.
Babyface did that. A multitude of emotions.
He did his good everything on there. Babyface did his good
Everything.
everything.
He did his good
on there.
everything.
Everything.
So I had to put that up there because that is my favorite thing for this week,
That's a
honey.
good
I've been bumping it, and honey, if you don't know, shoot, bad do, shoot bad do, honey. I've been getting it, okay? All right. I just want to let
And
you
you
know
know, she didn't even like that song at first.
She did not want to. She did not
want to.
And
do that.
Babyface talked about it on his Tiny Desk, so I don't know if you guys watched it, but she did not like that song at first.
She did not wanna
And the chorus, shoot, I had to put it up. Y'all hear that? Shoot. Anyway, the chorus, Babyface did not have a chorus. that was not a part of the song. And because he didn't have a chorus, Whitney Houston just threw that in there.
Yeah.
That's definitely like Whitney Houston.
Yeah, in her genius. Yeah, for sure. And she killed that job though when she did
Yeah.
connect with it.
So
Yeah.
I just want to put that up.
That was
Now we
good.
have Z here, and she has her favorite thing, and I'm going to put it up, and she can talk about it.
Neat. Okay, so my favorite thing, if you're looking at it now, is you're seeing water, and you're basically it looks like the beach. Really, for me, it's any body of water. It's a place of peace for me. It allows me just to clear. It always puts me in a space of like clearing my mind, clearing my aura, clearing everything. So any body of water, but mostly I am very intrigued by the ocean. Its massness has this ability to calm though at the same time. And it's so like incredibly
I like the water, but not.
So with that, do you listen to like ocean sounds, water sounds when you're resting?
weirdly
Like-
enough, I don't.
You
Oddly
don't?
enough, I like complete quiet, darkness and quiet. I'm a light
Yeah, it got to be
sleeper.
dark.
It's got to
Yeah,
be
don't-
completely
it
dark.
gotta be dark.
I don't.
It need to
The
be dark
TV
now.
can't be on.
Oh, it don't have to be
Yeah.
dark.
Music. I want
Now
it
my
quiet.
TV could because let me tell you, I fall asleep. I goes to sleep.
Honey.
I will
Useless.
fall. I have fallen asleep with the television, but I'm going to wake up and turn that television.
I am
on.
gonna do that.
Now,
I'm gonna
if you
do that.
have Alexa and it's a smart TV, you
She'll
can
go
program
on.
it to your TV and then set your timer.
Yes.
Because
She need it. She need that timer. And it needs to be every 15 minutes.
yeah,
Because she's gonna nod off
uh-huh.
every 15.
Every 15 minutes. So, and for the sake of my light bill,
Amen.
okay?
Yeah, you definitely.
I
Need.
have
I'm glad for
to
that feature
have,
too, though.
cut the TV off. Okay, I got to have to cut the TV off because I'm gonna go to sleep.
She
I put the TV on so that I can go to bed.
But it's
Yes.
weird when she does it because she's like, okay, I'm going to watch this movie. Okay, friends, you go ahead and do what you're going to do because I'm going to watch this movie, okay? And then when we talk about it the next day, she's like, girl, I fell asleep. Well, I knew you were going to fall asleep, but you were adamant about watching this movie only so you could go to sleep.
So when is the best time you watch movies?
Daytime.
And I'm talking about like right now.
Okay. So you need a good matinee.
I have to.
And it has to draw her attention like
the next.
immediately.
Because I could watch a movie during the daytime and still go to sleep. So it have to. I don't know.
It just needs to intrigue you. It needs to grab you.
It has
I
to
mean,
grab
quickly.
my attention right then and there. Now,
quickly as-
we were talking about the Gabrielle Union movie,
Yes.
but
Okay.
before we continue,
I have a few comments on
Oh,
that.
good.
you watched it?
Good.
Okay, good.
Good.
But before we continue, I watched all the Queen's Men.
Okay.
She did. Y'all.
Y'all, I like that show.
I love it.
I got some judgment here. You
I
understand
need to
me?
catch up, but I absolutely love it. I don't know what
Please
it is
catch up before
about
it
it.
comes on this month. It comes
Yeah,
back
I
on
know,
this month.
but I really like it. But go ahead.
I like that movie.
She has never watched
I mean,
a
that show.
series
All
in
the Queen's Men.
3 or 4 days. She watched season 1 and 2 in like 3 or 4 days. She has never done that.
Let me tell you,
It's
I like to
her.
watch the men's on that show.
Oh.
I like to watch the men's when they come on. I like to watch them on that show.
They are
They moving them hips and things. I ain't never, I like that.
Don't touch it.
Okay, I like that. Don't judge me. And I like Evil.
I love her in that show.
Now if
Eva's everything.
if I was because I'm very conscious of my word choice, I would probably talk like her. You understand? That lady. Okay. I like that, honey.
do
She
too.
cusses him out.
She
Yes,
does.
sir.
She get them
And when she get angry, she get angry.
She get angry.
Okay.
Yeah, watch out.
She gets
So
angry.
I just wanted to throw that in there. If you haven't
was
watched
her
it,
second
watch it
favorite
because
thing.
the third season starts July 20th, and I plan to be tuned in. I'm gonna tune in. Now back to this
ready.
Gabrielle Union movie. What was you going? How did you feel about it?
First of all, okay. So I'm a huge romantic comedy.
Oh, rom-coms.
I am a rom-com girl. So I'll typically kind of venture to those movies anyway. It was typical for me. like the storyline.
Mm.
I
Really?
knew I knew
was
what was
gonna
gonna happen. It was just like, I definitely knew what was gonna happen. I loved the character of her boss, her love interest mom.
Yes. Now she played in a couple. What is that
Yeah,
movie
she's
with
been in a few
Chris Rock?
things.
Oh, I
Mhm.
think I Love My
I Love My
Life.
Life. Yeah,
She's in the
that.
911, one of the
Mhm.
911 series. She's
And
great
she
in that.
did something as a lawyer on another series. Was that the 911 series?
No. She is
She does
she's
a lawyer
EMS
or
on there.
something on a different series. But I really liked her character. I thought
Mm-hmm.
she did a very good job of her character. Okay, so the things I don't like are like things that are like how they looked.
We mentioned that.
Yeah, her hair, I was not feeling it,
Mm-hmm.
especially the end.
Oh, when she did the
anyone
curls.
see?
Oh, the waves.
Yeah,
Oh, her
the
natural
kind of
hair.
waves. The kind of
Oh,
waves. They never did quite waves.
yeah,
It was
they-
just looked like
yeah.
crunchy gel.
It was it was a little different.
She had some little swirlies in the front.
It was
And it was
different.
crunchy gel. When y'all see it, if you haven't seen it,
We told y'all to
I
log
was
off.
very
y'all know.
disappointed
Yeah.
in that hair. I said, I don't even know how Gabrielle let that pass.
Yeah, she definitely let it happen. One of my other concerns, well, I won't say concerns, one of the things that Sharice and I talked about after watching it, well, first of all, she texted me, she's like, keep an open mind. I'm like, yeah, I'm probably not going to, but I attempted to upon watching it because I was like, how old is he? He's 24, right?
He's 24.
I'm 37, right?
I'm gonna say not crunchy gel. Crunchy gel. You heard what we said.
I'll be 38 like in a couple days, right? Oh, you have a birthday coming up too.
Tomorrow.
Yes,
actually.
you do. You have
I
a birthday
forgot
coming
all
up too.
about it. Oh.
And I was like 24. No, absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
I don't know if I could date a 24-year-old.
No.
Like,
No, and I know that
I'm
some
not
people.
even sexually attracted to a 24. I mean,
Right,
I've
it's like
seen
I don't
them.
even necessarily look at them in that way.
and
don't.
say,
Yeah.
ooh, I would like to get to know
right.
him.
Now I have done
I've done older.
10 under.
10
Okay.
years under.
Mm-hmm.
Let me think.
How-
I
how old
did
am I?
meet a guy recently.
was like 9,
not
but
recently,
yeah.
but last year.
But that's not
And he-
16.
And I let him take me on the date, and he was.
It was different.
We didn't have anything to talk about. It was.
Exactly.
I was talking. He was talking about his job, and he's for him to be his age, well established, got a good head on his shoulder. If he was dating a girl his age, maybe 2 years younger or 3 years older, it would be a great match. But I'm sitting there and I'm like, he was beautiful, but honey, I just
couldn't.
have a great day. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you
I
so
actually
much.
had a
Thank
really
you.
good
Thank you very
experience with that person. I was very apprehensive at first. They were very persistent, and they were very good at dating, I feel.
Oh, okay.
And maybe that's because, I was married for a lot of years, and I was married to someone older, significantly older.
But I'm okay with that.
You're okay with significant older?
I'm okay with that.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
my
yeah.
max
Some
is- my
benefits
max
and
is
then-
10,
Oh, yeah.
12 years.
There's some.
That was 50. Yeah. That's it.
Okay, so what's your max older, though?
That's it. He would have to be 50 because I'll be 38 this
Okay,
month.
so like a
12.
12
So my
year.
12, like a 12.
Anything over that, you're like,
yeah.
it's a
Well,
no.
it's not me. It's my dad. It's gonna be like a no.
Yeah, well, that's for another show. If y'all want to invite me about age things, I'm that girl.
My dad will be like, "Hold up, buddy! Right with the shotgun. You're not coming in here."
Yeah, that's for another show. If y'all want to have me on that one, I can talk to that on the age thing.
So older guys is me.
Okay.
Okay.
And you're also the 12, like.
Yeah. So the oldest guy I've dated, he was 52, and I met him at the gym. And
Oh, I know you're talking about. Okay.
that man was fine. Yes. Yes.
He is handsome.
That man
He
is fine.
and he knows it too.
And he know it. He knew he was fine.
Know it into like an ego thing, or know it into like a nice confidence.
Ego.
I was gonna say a little bit
Okay.
of both. I could
Okay.
see a little bit of both
Okay.
because he is a nice guy. He is a see you out. What are you and your friends drinking?
Yes.
You know, I'll take. He's a nice guy, definitely. But you can tell he like, yeah, but I know it.
Yeah.
I throw it over here and I throw it over there too.
As I said last week, that thing be thinking, and his thing was thinking. Okay. Anyway,
Yeah.
So I love older men, and I love silver foxes. I love a silver fox. A man all gray, honey, don't die that.
Don't die it.
That does something
beautiful
for me.
skin.
And beautiful skin, and honey. But listen, we're not here to talk about that.
We're not. Okay.
We're gonna get to it.
Off topic.
So, y'all, I'm gonna put this on the screen. Our final topic is 5 things women need from men. Now, we're kind of going out of order, but we have to answer the question of the day because, y'all, we got some good questions of the day, all right? Good. Question of the day. I'm going to jump to it. Let me take this off, and I'm going to put it up. Oh, I did not put that up. I put like, subscribe, and follow. So like, subscribe, and follow. But here's the question of the day. The question of the day is for the ladies. House or honeymoon?
House. What kind of question is that?
Yeah, all day.
In my older age, house.
Yeah.
Let me say that.
That's very
understanding
true.
that I've grown. It's house now.
Yeah.
Before it was Bora Bora.
Come on, that's my spot too.
Take me to Bora Bora, baby. Before it was Bora Bora.
I would agree with that completely.
Yeah.
But definitely now house. We can honeymoon.
Definitely not. We can.
At the house.
Yeah, and I don't even have to have. We can honeymoon. We'll honeymoon in that. I mean, we'll bust the house down. As I mentioned last week, I will be when I get married. Yes. I will be having sex, and more sex when I get married. Yes, sir. My house. If you come over there, you will feel like the house has been christened because it will be. I just want to throw that out there. Just want to let y'all know. Just in case.
Right, friend.
And so the second question is: girls trip to Paris or Netflix and chill with bae?
Ooh. It depends on the day for me. I can't choose.
You have to choose. You have to choose.
Ooh. I don't know if I want to miss out on the Paris.
I'm gonna mute the mics for a second. Hold on. Now we're back. I want to know what y'all gonna do because you cannot choose both.
I can't. The Paris trip.
How do you
But
opt
I love
out?
chilling with bae. And
I'm not gonna
Netflix.
chill with him.
I think I'm gonna go ahead and go to Paris because
going
I
to
can
Paris, but listen,
always chill with bae.
I could, and listen, that may sound selfish. I'm going to Paris. Look here, we done Netflix and chill. That's how we got these churning things. That's how. Listen,
That's true.
I'm going to Paris with my girls. Now, if the shoe was on the other foot and he did me like that, I don't know that I would be upset. I don't
Because
know
you
that
would understand.
Because I would understand. Because I'm gonna leave you.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that is tough. Why was that tough?
Why was it tough?
Yes, why was that so tough to decide?
men are
the Netflix and chill.
Men are more emotional than women. And if you tell him that you're gonna go on the trip with your girl, he gonna feel a certain kind of way, and you may not pay for it at that time, but when you come back, you gonna pay for it.
No, he gonna pay for it when I get back.
Well, because you're gonna be nice and ready for a Netflix and chill.
Oh, yeah. He might be mad when I leave, but when I get back, he'll be all right.
Because
Very good point.
yeah, so those were the questions of the day: house or honeymoon, or Netflix and chill with bae, or girls trip to Paris. And I think the consensus
it's the consensus.
girls trip
across
to
the
Paris.
board.
So
I'm going on a trip.
I'm going on the trip. I'm gonna leave you. Yeah, you're gonna be left. I'm sorry. I know that's selfish, but anyway. So we're on to the question of the day. Not the question of the day. The
topic of the day.
Topic of the day. Put it back up there. 5 things women need from men. Now, we took a clip from a guy named Stefan Speaks. You guys see him on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok. Like, he is the guru of the men taking up for women, and he also
he's
consistent.
He's consistent. Yes,
right.
he's consistent.
He also takes up for men as well.
He ain't Mr. Jackson for sure.
Correct. But I want to put this up here before we get started. The content that we are about to share is not of our own. It is from Stefan Speaks. Please follow him. We do not take any credit for this, but we want to share it. So take a look at this.
Number one thing a woman needs from her man, no particular order, security. The number two thing a woman needs from her man is communication. Next thing, the third thing a woman needs from her man is patience. The number fourth thing that a woman needs from her man is leadership. But the fifth thing a woman needs from her man is attention.
Ice cream.
It was
It was an ice cream truck from when we were kids. That literally, I work in St. Augustine. They literally pulled up.
We still
to
talk
my
about this
building.
favorite thing. Sorry, guys.
Oh yes, sorry. She wasn't here for my
She wasn't
favorite
here for
thing,
her
so she
favorite
was like,
thing.
"Did you do your
But her
favorite
favorite thing was
I
ice
did.
cream.
It was the ice cream truck from the
That is
90s.
so
Yes.
nostalgic. I
That
love
pulled
It's nostalgic, isn't
It
it?
pulled up
is.
to my office.
Wait until it's hell shouldn't be nostalgic for me, because I had no business watching it at that age.
True.
But it's very much nostalgic.
True.
Very much nostalgic.
I read the book and everything.
So, should not be in no way, but it is. All right. So the first thing he mentioned that women need, I'm going to put it up, is security. I'm going to let them talk about it because, honey, tell me if you guys feel the same.
So I agree with the security, especially from a young woman's standpoint. Having a father in the house for almost my entire childhood. I think my dad was out of the house, or him and my mom split. I think I was like 16 or 17, so I was only in the house like another year and a half after that. So knowing that if my father was home, or that manly presence was there, that the house was secure. That is one aspect that is very important, security in that facet. But I also believe the security of my mental, the security of my heart. I think that's important that he stewards that well. So I do believe that security is a huge part of a successful relationship.
I would completely agree with that, because I had that privilege. I feel like, unfortunately, it's a privilege now.
Indeed.
To have your father with you. And my father is still with me. Like,
oh yes, he's great.
Huge
great.
fan. Like,
He's
the
great.
biggest supporter I have in my life. I say this all the time. Like, my dad is my first love.
That's good. A lot of women don't get a chance to have that.
They don't. And I think, as Chantel mentioned, it does breed that thing in you that you look to that in your partner.
Absolutely.
In a partner, and I do. That's a definite deal breaker for me. If I don't feel that, it's a no. It's not gonna work.
It's not gonna work. So here it is. When we talk about security, for me, yes, it's safety. Yes, it's provision. Yes, it's protection. But you have to make me feel secure in the relationship.
Yes.
So oftentimes I believe that a man, if a woman begins to question a man's actions, he will feel as though, or say to her, she's been insecure. And the woman may not be an insecure woman. She may very well have herself together, know she bad to the bone, know she got a good head on her shoulder, loves the Lord, walk with her head high, is secure in herself, loves herself. However, in that relationship, the guy is doing some questionable things that may trigger her and make her feel unsafe.
That's right.
In the relationship. And in order for me to feel secure in the relationship, I have to feel safe. I have to know that you are a safe person
Yes.
to love. I have to know that not only will you protect me physically, but that you will protect me emotionally, spiritually, that you're going to protect my heart, because when I say that I'm going to be with you, I am basically taking my heart out of my body and giving you half of it.
Right.
And so that's the risk we take.
Yes, it is.
You can't be in a relationship and not give your heart. You can't be in a relationship and not take the risk of loving. You're failing if you are in a relationship and you have not just gave into it. If it's a new relationship, I get it. But if that relationship is not new, you're 2-3 years in and you're still not feeling secure, then maybe you guys aren't it for each other. But what I am saying, it is a risk, and I made a choice. I chose you. You chose me. I chose you. So security goes beyond protection.
I would agree with that.
I gotta feel secure in this relationship. I gotta know that I do it for you.
Yes.
Because there's a lot of BBL aesthetics out here, honey. They're out here, and some of this BBL, and I'm not knocking women with BBLs, because honey, your stuff look good. I know a couple girls, honey, you're looking good. If I was a man and like women, I'd come for you. You understand? But but to that point is that there's temptation.
Yes.
So there is a lot of temptation out here, and I gotta know that I do it for you. I gotta know that when you walk out the door, because I know you're gonna be put together because you represent me. I'm not letting you leave out this door looking any kind of way. That when she smell you, because you gonna smell good, make sure you smell good.
Yeah.
And she turn around and she asks you what you wearing, and then she do look good. That you tell her what you wearing, and you say thank you, and you can't take your happy hips on because you coming home. I need to know that's what you're gonna do.
Absolutely.
So I think when we talk about security, that's what I'm saying it means for me. All that comes with that. You understand?
Absolutely. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Being very clear about your intention.
Ooh, girl.
That's a huge one. Being very clear about your intention.
Ooh, girl.
These days, it's very leery.
It is. Everybody in
It's
question.
ambiguous, honey. You don't know if they want to be with you or not.
You don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know
even
if
if they
working
tell you
or
they
not
do.
working, honey. I don't know if
Right,
you,
and I think that's how some women get the title of crazy. You know, because certain things come out when you're unsure. Because like you said, I'm opening myself to this extent to you, and I need to know, is it
right?
And when I'm in protection mode, that's in question, I'm gonna protect it. That might come off
that's
a little
good.
crazy.
Well, quick story.
Times.
Story time. So, I was dating this guy, and y'all, I be dating. I be out here. Y'all don't know that. I be dating. I go out on dates and things. I meet men's and things. I meet these men's, and they, I date.
She does.
And so I went out with this guy, and me and the guy, we liked each other at things. And there came a point in the relationship where he had really pissed me off. And I had been saying the same thing over and over to this guy. And at some point I got so mad, honey, I don't talk to men like this. I want to say this.
Yeah.
But I said to him, you stupid and immature. I talked about his son and everything, honey. I was hitting low. And I called friend, I told friend all about it, and friend say, no, we was riding in the car, we was headed to Atlanta to go to Pastor Darius Daniels church.
Yes.
And I was telling friend all about it, and friend say, now friend, I bet you now he's saying to himself, she loved me.
She loved me.
Child, that whole trip, I was gone. That baby text, call, email every hour. Prior to that, and I was just telling him what I wanted from him, and things that I needed from him in a calm manner. It did not work. But the moment I cussed him out, the moment I went to acting foolish, honey, he got in line. And to that point, my best friend Thomas he always say, Reese, a man want a little bit of toxicity.
And she's like, I'm not doing that. She's like, I'm above that. I'm not doing that.
I'm above toxicity. I'm not fit to do that. But honey, now you got to act crazy. You got to act crazy. You cannot be civilized.
I was so proud.
You got to act crazy. I started acting crazy, y'all. I promise you, and I got the results.
He was on Her.
like white on rice.
He was on her.
That baby was on me, and for the life of me, you want peace. I'm your peace, and I'm
Zen.
zen and your tranquility. Okay, I try to be down to earth and everything, but then I got to act back, sugar, honey, iced tea. And baby, you called me. Please don't leave me. Don't leave me. Now, don't leave. You broken record now. Child, that was my story. I just wanted to share.
But I tried to tell her.
Anyway, speaking of cussing somebody out, the second thing he said that women need is communication.
Amen to that.
Ooh, child.
I have not always been a good communicator. I would probably think that I'm still working on it. I would have to say, in my house, and most of my experiences as it relates to like relationally started at home first, because there was 4 of us in the house, 4 children in the house, and then of course my parents. So communication in my house was by violence. Okay. And y'all probably look at me like, can't be, you probably would never think it, but to let your voice be heard, you had to scream to the top of your lungs to make sure people understood your point of view. You had to darn near choke them to death. Just, it was a lot of that. So I'm still learning to use my words, and even a lot of times when I'm trying to communicate and say what I need, I'll start crying. Like,
she's so
and
emotional.
when I say it drives me nuts, because I don't want to cry, and I'm like, I'm really trying to say what I need to say, but I'm having anxiety, like all of these things are happening while I'm trying to communicate, because I know that I have to stay calm. Like, I know that about myself, that I have to stay calm so that I don't say the wrong thing. So it's almost like this inward fight that I'm having with myself while I'm trying to communicate with someone that I care about.
Oh, that's good.
Because if I don't care,
this mouth lethal.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say what I want to say.
With that screen sitting on top of your forehead.
Yeah. I'm gonna say what I want to say.
Lethal.
But if I care, I try to be very careful with what I say and how I say it. So it is still a I said all of that to say, I always go the long route. I know y'all know that by now. But I said all of that to say, I'm still learning how to communicate. So even when I was dating this guy, I would have to, when offense would happen, I would have to take a breather. Like, okay, let me gather myself. Yeah. Let me gather myself and then have this conversation with him, because I don't know what he's going to say, and I don't know if he's going to trigger me. And I have to have had enough time to process in order to have the difficult conversation, just in case he does attempt to trigger me, that I understand that is just his form of communication, and then the way that I received it or perceived it when it was said to me.
That's growth and maturity. That's good.
That is growth and maturity.
That definitely is, for sure.
Because mine ain't used to come out like that.
Yeah. To even recognize that you have, you need to work on communication, and then to actually apply the steps to do that. That's a discipline to say, I'm going to take a second, and then I'm going to come back to you with this or whatever. Yes. For me, I think I may communicate too much sometimes.
I'm an over-communicator, baby.
I think I over-communicate. So I have to try to pull myself back.
Okay.
Like you just said, I can go the long way around on what I'm saying, to get to the crux of what I really want to say. So I have to take a step back and say, okay, let me get to my main point.
My main point.
Because with a guy, that's all they really are concerned about, is that main point. All the other stuff that you're saying, all the emotional things surrounding your main point.
What's the point?
Right.
Yeah. I overcommit. Like we talking for an hour, and I done said the same thing 6 times, 7 different ways.
Indeed.
Exactly. And I keep saying, and he done told me he got it. He said, but I'm still saying the same thing.
I can go for days that.
Yeah. So trying to make sure you understand it, because I don't want to leave no stone unturned. So the next time when I gotta say something to you in a different kind of way, and my tone is a little bit assertive, I don't want to hear no junk, because I told it to you 11 times in 2 days. Okay. And so But for women, men, what we need from you in terms of communication is talk to us.
Absolutely.
I know it's hard. I know we don't always listen. I know we like to say some slick sugar honey iced tea out of our mouth. You say something, honey, and we got a rebuttal. Sometimes we say stuff we shouldn't say. You know, a man is trying to communicate with us, and the moment we find a way to squeeze in a little shot, we're going to throw it in there. You say, babe, I'm going to go to the grocery store. And maybe you don't go to the grocery store all the time. So when you say, I'm going to go to the grocery store, you say, very good. Finally, you're going to go to the store and do something. You just say, your mouth. Your mouth. It's your mouth. Okay? Okay? It's your mouth. Okay? 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 The man say, well, babe, you cook. And I'm gonna wash the dishes, and you say, you gonna be helpful around the house. Now you want to help out, you know, your mouth, you know, you need to be quiet.
Those are great examples. Very good examples.
Those are good. Sometimes you say stuff you shouldn't say. So for women, and I'll say this: when a man is, once you have expressed your need to him, and he began to take steps, it is not, you do not discourage him by throwing shots.
Correct. Very good.
The power that you have for a woman is in her words and your ability to watch your words, because when you are his woman, your words have weight. And because your words have weight, you have to weigh your words before you say them.
Yes.
So that is very important. And how you say it and when you say it will determine if you get the result that you want.
Yes.
When.
Men, your words have weight with us.
They do.
So when you speak to us, you have to communicate in a way, I'm sorry. I know some of you do talk aggressive. Hell, half of the men I've been dating, they can't halfway talk. I don't know what you're saying. Your words running together. You ain't now saying your words correctly. I don't know speech therapy, but
enunciation.
Your words. Okay?
Speech therapy.
Anyway, but nevertheless, when he speaks, I'm learning to be quiet. And sometimes I'm too quiet. When he say hello. You there? Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I'm here. I'm just listening.
I say I'm listening. Okay. Because he and to that point, he's so sharp that I haven't cut him off or said nothing. He have to stop in the middle of his own conversation. And then he asked me what I said. I'm listening to you. I heard you. You don't have to ask me that. Okay. I'm being quiet. You told me I need to hush. So my advice, men, do talk to us. I know sometimes we do take blows. I know sometimes we don't always get it right and it seems like we're not listening, but you sow the seed.
Yes.
Somebody else will water. Just like right now, we're sowing seed into some of y'all. Some of y'all we're watering, and God is going to get the increase. Is going to come. God's going to get the increase. So just keep communicating. And when a woman is talking to you, the more she complain. That's good. That's good for you. That's good.
Yes.
When she is quiet and she's smiling, you need to tap into her phone and get into her DM because somebody got her attention.
Indeed.
You're in danger.
If she is quiet and she's still happy, you in trouble. Somebody got her attention. She might be cheating. I don't know. So you need to tap into that. So as long as she's talking, she toxic and she love you. That's what y'all Indeed. The moment she stops talking and she grinning, you in trouble. All right? All right.
And I want to make this point too, because that was very good. Because I say that all the time to, if it's someone that I'm very interested in and getting to know, I let them know. It's you should be worried when I'm no longer talking about it or I'm no longer bringing it to your attention.
Yes.
When I'm not communicating about it, that means I'm at my end. My temperament is here and I'm bad out.
When I hit you with that, okay.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. That's not a good place.
That's universal.
So I do want to say that. I do want to make that point. That drive that. You don't take anything away from this communication conversation. Take that piece. Please understand. But a point that I wanted to bring out is that not just because we talked a lot about communicating like in you know, in the forms of if we are having an issue or whatever between each other.
Right.
But communicate also just in being my friend.
Oh, that's good.
Like if I call you and I'm excited about something, match my energy on that. Like, you know, I'm calling you because you're like my go-to person. So be that for me, even if you don't feel like it sometimes.
Yes.
If I call and tell you babe, I found this skirt and it was $15, your job is to say, what? Girl, what color? That's your job.
Come on.
That's your job.
Yes, absolutely.
And you may not like that. Okay, but if I say, babe, let me tell you, ooh, this dress I got, this orange dress, child, it was $150. Child, I got that thing for $75. Girl, you lying. That's what I need from you. Now, I know you ain't my home girl,
Right.
and you may not say girl, but and you may not do it all the time, and doing it in a way of joking, it helps.
Yes.
Okay, so I get that. And a shout out to my best friend. He does a great job at that too. I will, you know, if I call him and be like, child, I found these things on sale. He'd be like, what, child? What the color of them rugs is? You know,
Yeah, I got
something
a couple of
foolish.
those.
You know what
I
I'm saying?
appreciate that.
So
It's needed.
it's
Very
definitely
needed,
needed.
very needed.
So we'll jump straight into the third thing that he mentioned: patience. Women need patience from men.
I need patience. I need patience because I can be moody, and sometimes most of the time it's probably not even about you at all. But I need you to have enough patience with me to understand that that's not about you. You can't fix it. And you can just kind of come in. You can sit with me or not sit with me. You know, you can be in the room with me, but you don't have to try to take that on because that may be something that I'm dealing with. But being patient enough with me to understand, okay, she's having her moment and let me have it, and then come back later. Hey, babe, you know, I'm going to do this, or I'm getting ready to go to the store. Do you want to go? I'm going to grab something to eat, or I'm going to cook, or whatever the case may be. Being patient when I'm not communicating as well as I should. Being patient with me when things are happening outside of the home and I have, you know, accidentally brought it home. You know, being patient enough to know that, you know, in that moment, I don't really mean it, right? Whatever's happening, I might be crazy that day. Okay? Be patient with me because I'll definitely be patient with you. So that's the type of patience that I need.
Yeah, I get that. I get that. I think it's that whole grace factor. That grace factor with each other.
Yes.
Because I say this about it, the human race in general. We want grace, but we don't give
none.
grace.
We won't get no grace now.
To the 100th power.
Oh, yeah.
But if we give it, we only give it at a minimal, you know, very minimal. And I think in relationships, we have to look at it like that too. I need to give you grace, space for your own life. You got your own relationships. You got your own career stuff going on. You got your own, if they already have children, you know, all of those things. So you have to look at the person like you're looking at yourself. I'm giving myself patience to get through whatever processes or things I need to get through. I need to allow that other person to do the same thing. So I think if we look at it in a grace manner as to what we're trying to receive,
that's good.
Then we're, you know, more amped to give that thing too.
And that person is still your friend, you know, so the same type of patience you would have, you know, for your friend. You know, she has God graced her to walk this walk, right? So he had to give her, you know how people show you where they were like, okay, God gave me a little bit of this, he kind of sprinkled that, and he gave me a little bit of this, and he gave me a whole lot of that, right? So, you know, God knows, you know, how to pair people, whether that be friendship or relationships, but just remember that your significant other should be your friend as well, so that should help with some of your patience as well.
That's a very good, very, very good point.
And I think I have two things I want to say, right? Patience. I'm gonna tell you what type of patience I need from a man. Okay. At this moment, I want some peaches. 30 seconds later, I may want some apples. That's what I want. Okay. That's the kind of patience you need to have with me. If you in the car, we driving, you say, baby, where we going to eat at Capitol Grill, and you done passed the exit to Ruth Chris. I want Ruth Chris. You need to be patient. Get off the exit, you loop around, and go on to the other exit, and take me where I want to go. And we may get there, and I say, I really don't want that. Okay? That's me. You got to have that kind of patience. All right? You got to have patience with me because there are certain things, if I want it, I'm going to get it. And I may come home and you say, but you got that shoe in purple, pink, orange, and gray. But I ain't have it in white and I didn't have it in red. So you got to have patience with me. Okay? You got to have patience with me. That's what you're dealing with.
That's right.
Okay?
That's right.
All right. So that's me. Sometimes I could be a little slow. I don't always process as fast as others. So you may say something and it go in my head. And I'm thinking one thing, you thinking other. Okay?
And she say, now say it for me one more time.
And when I'm slow, I say it one more time. Now, I missed that. Be patient with me.
You may have to
I know you don't like to
That is
repeat
not a
yourself,
lie.
but you may have to repeat yourself. And the last thing I will say, I don't always remember. So you could have a conversation with me.
No, that's me.
And come back 3 months later and say, babe, you remember I was telling you about so and so? And I'm going to say, because I don't remember. And I'm going to ask you to refresh my memory because I know you, because it's going to seem like I'm not paying you any attention. And I don't know where that necessarily came from. After pharmacy school, all the information went in my brain and a lot of information came out. It don't hold well. So you have to be patient with me. Okay? And my last thing, this is it. If we watching the TV and you say, babe, we going to watch TV, it's going to be me and you. If you look over to your left and I'm asleep, don't get mad at me. You watch that movie on your own, and I'm going to come in. I'm going to wake up, and I'm going to say, oh, baby, that's good. I'm going to go back to sleep.
Like she been watching the whole
Like
time.
I've been watching the whole time. And I can tell you bits and pieces of it. But that's the kind of patience. I'm going to tell you about me. I'm going to tell you about me. I'm going to tell you what I need.
That's right.
I'm going to tell you what I need.
Can y'all tell what my life look like now?
So you got to be patient with me.
That's good.
All right. So, and this is women. I'm giving you real life Sharice, but there are real life Chantel,
God,
real
yes.
life Z.
Oh God, yes.
And every woman is different.
Yes.
So you can't. Some women don't require as much patience because she is decisive. She knows what she wants, and she knows she only need black, tan, and white. Oh God, that's awful. But she knows she only need black, tan, and white shoes. You know, or you know. What she say, when Chantel go eat, Chantel look at the menu in 2 minutes. She know what she want: broccoli, mashed potatoes, and salmon.
She be sick of me too.
The people come to the table. I got 8 questions. Is this good? Is this good? Can I get this without this? But that's me.
That's me.
I got to know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Patience in that
And she already know.
sure.
I do when I look. I put,
All right, we 15 minutes in before the order go in. Okay, we could have been had our food. That's me. So these are real life people.
that's really good.
You see what I'm saying? This is real life. So you got to be patient. And
can
again,
relate to
every
that.
woman may not require that. And so you have to study your woman enough
Study.
to know how much patience you need to give.
Amen.
Because maybe she was sexually abused.
Yeah.
And you may need to be a little bit more patient with her in the bedroom.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
That's good.
Maybe she was
very good.
verbally abused. And so you have to be a little bit more patient in terms of how you give criticism. Constructive criticism.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
maybe
good.
she didn't have certain affirmations in her life. And so you may have to affirm her more, which seems to drain you. But I promise you, if you continue to do it right, you'll get those deposits back.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
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 So be patient.
That's very
Okay,
good
because we all have things that we're dealing with. And likewise, women, be patient with your man, because there's not a man out there that you get that is not damaged. Come with
doesn't
some
have
kind
something.
of damage. People are not perfect. If you looking for the perfect man, honey, you are deceived.
Very.
You just got to find out what you can and cannot handle to determine if that man is for you.
Yes.
But everybody that comes into your life gonna come with some baggage.
Yes.
If you're on this line, on this thing, and you looking for a woman that don't have baggage, log off.
Log off.
Crawl under a rock and be to yourself. Because every woman you encounter is
Everyone.
going to come with some type of baggage. Our responsibility is to know ourselves well enough
Yes.
to know what we can and cannot handle. All right?
That's right.
What level of, if you know you short patient and you can't deal with my indecisive, honey, I ain't for you. Because you going to be upset. You're going to have high blood pressure
Yes.
messing with me. Stress.
Yeah.
Because you're used to a woman making decisions and a woman going with that.
Yeah.
Honey, that ain't me. Okay? You see, I couldn't decide if I wanted to wear pink or orange. I put it all together.
And you did it well. And you did it very well.
I put it all together, and it came out well. Okay? So go with it. So
Go
just
with it.
Go with it.
Yeah.
Go with it.
I can
That's good.
completely relate to that. Indecisive, and I can procrastinate a little bit. So that's
Yeah, procrastination. Yeah. So,
yeah.
anyway, we'll move to the fourth one.
Number 4.
Number 4 is leadership.
Honey, lead me. Okay? Lead me. I lead at work. Okay? And currently, because it is just me, I lead at home. Okay? It gets on my nerves. I don't want to do it anymore.
It's ghetto.
Please lead me. Okay? I do it because I have to, not because I want to. Now work, I do, I have to do that. Okay? I have to do that's my job. That's my livelihood. But at home, you can have it. You got it. It's all yours.
That's good. Yeah. I mean, Jill Scott said that, what she said was so simple that she was like, if you can tell me what to do,
Then you can tell me what to do. Yep.
Yeah.
But if you can't tell me what to do, then you can't tell me what to do.
That's what she said. And I understood it.
And I understood that so perfectly. And I think a lot of women understood that perfectly. It's that saying, show me that you can lead first.
Yeah.
Because that kind of ties into that security, me feeling safe and trusting, you building that trust level there. But yeah, we most women want to be led.
Facts.
Really, most women want to be led. I don't care if you see the strongest woman out there and got the strongest mouth and all of that thing. I promise you, underneath that layer, she wants to be led.
Underneath that layer.
Yeah.
Underneath the layer, because it's a thick layer
Yeah.
now to some. Because sometimes you've been doing it, like you said, you lead at home.
doing it so long.
You've been doing it for so long, and if you have a child to add into that, another person that you're responsible for,
Right.
that adds to that thickening of that layer. But if you come in with the right intention and showing and building that trust level, I promise you, she want to be led. Most women want to be led.
Ooh, lead
I
me in
believe this
every way.
is the design of God, but that's another conversation. I know a lot of people feel funny about that whole, get into submission and things.
Oh, no, honey, I'm into submission.
But it's a blessing in submission. It's not.
And
saying
submission is
somebody tell you
serving.
what- Yes.
Serving.
Submission is not a subservient role. It is serving. So, but we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, that's a whole nother topic, but yeah.
Leadership. Men, pay attention. If you meet a woman that has made great decisions in her life, she has been responsible with her gifts, time, and talents that have rendered her a great lifestyle. When you come into her life, observe what she does not have. And that is where you lead her in. And then make recommendations to improve what she does have. It is not what you say, but how you do it. There's a time and a season for everything. I would love to give all this over to the man that God has for me to lead. But honey, there are certain criteria you have to meet. And the criteria that needs to be met for me is in the places where I am weak.
Yes.
Amen.
So often, men and women bump heads because the man come in, oh, she got this. I'm gonna do, and that's great. I love it. For me, I am that responsible woman that have made great decisions that have rendered me the outcome that I've asked God for. And so when you come in, find out where the gaps are in my life and help me there. And just maybe, you don't need to lead, because a good leader knows when to lead and when to follow. And so where I'm short, you jump in and say, I got it. And where I do well, you say, hey, this on her. Talk to her. Be open-minded to learning. Be open-minded to a woman making recommendations. Because see, I'm going to be suggestive. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm going to say it in such a way that when you come back in 2 weeks later and you have the idea, I'm going to say, baby, you own it. That idea is good. We got to do that. Yeah, how can I make that happen for you? Yes, sir. Because I'm going to suggest it more so tell you what you need to do. Now, that's a woman. We're talking about women. Yes. We're not talking about girls, little girls, and they don't have, people don't know how to control their mouth. Little girls that don't know, females that don't know how to control their mouths are girls. A woman watches what she says. It's a skill that a female desires that helps her be a woman in the way that she approach and speak. Okay? So that is a skill that has to be continually practiced. But what I am saying is that the times have changed. Women now have access to the same kind of jobs and money that a man has. I am not saying that you can't come in and make changes. Do that. What I am saying is the same way a woman has to be suggestive to a man, you don't like to be told what to do. When all a woman has done is taking care of herself since 12, 13, 9, maybe her mother died at 10, maybe her mother died at 11, maybe she grew up in foster care and she got herself out the mud and she's been taking care of herself this whole time. She is going to be fearful with turning all of that over. I don't want to do this, but you got to meet the criteria for me to say, take care of it. And the way you're going to do that is in approach and you being strategic. Y'all may not disagree with me. You may not like it. But that's called wisdom.
Yeah, that's wisdom. For sure.
And you got to have it. And so and to me, that's leadership. With approaching, being strategic, being wise, okay, and observe it. That is leadership. Okay? A wolf, I'm going to tell you something about a lion, a lioness. When she's hunting for her prey, she camouflages herself in the thick of it. She watches her prey and wait for the perfect time to attack. She puts herself in an environment to where she blends in. She doesn't get in the way that causes fear and her prey to flee. You got to be the same way. Don't get in the way. Observe. And when the time is perfect, honey, attack. And I promise I'll give it all to you, honey. You can have it all, but I'm going to fall out and just hand it all to you. But I'm a woman with onion. I'm an onion. You got to peel back the layers. There's so much has transpired in my life. Not that I have a wall up, but I guard my heart with all diligence. Because out of my heart flows my issues. And you, sir, can be very good at what you do and can know my issue, honey, and get everything. And could be the wrong person that is cunning as well. So what I'm saying is be diligent. That goes back to patience. But for leadership, for me, that's what you're going to have to do. So if you're listening, you're trying to figure out how to get with me, I just put you up on game.
She put you on it.
We got a couple comments.
Oh, we do have some comments. Hold the line. Okay, that's Raquel. Hey, Raquel.
Hi.
It is a skill. Yes, it is, Jen. And Jen has been married many years. It is a skill. So, and in marriage, you really work that skill. Crispin.
Hi, Jenny.
You really work that skill.
For some years.
So yes. Michelle says ghetto, but lead me in a way that makes it easy to follow you.
Is that Ross?
That's Ross. Yes. Yes,
good,
yes.
Michelle.
And these are married women that's on here, honey.
Yes.
And Raquel is also married, so she said
Yes,
we're
she
talking
is.
good. So these women been married for a while.
Yes, they have.
So
Yeah.
I'm sure they don't
Years
get
in
it
the
right
game.
all the time, but they're not making as many mistakes as they did
Right.
in the
Yes.
earlier part
Yes,
of their
yes, yes.
marriage as they are now in terms of allowing their mate to lead them.
Yes.
And it does become, it can become a challenge, you know? And men, that's where your patience come in, because she may challenge you. She may think she know it all. I may think I know it all. No, I know how this works. I done did this before.
And don't put that on my counter.
Yeah.
And that don't go right
And
there.
that don't-
And
that's
you need
correct.
to take it with you when you get up from
That is correct. Okay? In my mind, when I finish washing dishes, my washcloth, that little divider in the middle, it go on top of there. Because it needs to air dry, or it's going to be stank. Okay?
So if you ball it up and leave it in
And
the
you
sink,
ball up and
I'm
leave it
going
in
to
the-
have
I'm
a
gonna have a Now, you may feel like I'm undermining your leadership because you have a better way. And maybe you say, well, babe, the better way is I've installed some contraption under the sink in the cabinet. So all you have to do is fold the towel over it, and when you close it, it's still air dry, it don't stink. Whatever the case may be. Oh, it may take me a while to come around because that's stupid. I got to go in there, I got to open up the cabinet, I got to get my washcloth out. That's a lot. When I could cut the water on my washcloth, they'll pull it up and wash some dishes. Them 3 extra steps. Okay? But then you say to me, but you like everything to be in its place. Will this then not provide you with the cleanliness of the kitchen you like?
You have to get her.
Make it make sense. Now, to some now to some of y'all, for some of y'all be like, that girl over there is a lie. I promise you, it don't happen all at one
It
time.
does not. No. It does
It's not like that.
It's getting a lot of information at once.
But it's a lot of information at one time. So I'm giving you worst case scenario.
Yeah. It does not happen all the time. It does not.
All right? That's just me. So again, that's a small case of leading, but we could talk about money. I like to think I'm very savvy with money. But maybe I meet you and you have three properties. And I may still make more than you, but you've managed to get 3 properties. Clearly, I may not know all that I think I know about money. There's something that I can learn. There's something to be taught to me.
Yes.
And so I submit myself to your leadership, okay, to get that done. So again, we're talking about things, but it's very relatable to a multitude of things when we talk about leadership.
And I think
Okay.
that ties into being open to non-traditional or
I think that's a good word to
lifestyles.
use.
I think so.
that's
You know,
good.
because as you mentioned, observe where you can come in and aid me.
Yes.
Like you said, you're already savvy with your finances,
Right,
right?
right.
But if you have this man who's savvy in real estate, right?
Yes.
So now we can come together,
Right?
Yes.
with what we know and build something even greater.
Right.
Yes.
But you've come in and you've observed that, and don't be, so traditional, like, well, I'm the man and I'm supposed to be able to tell you how
Yes.
to, but when you came in, she was great with finances. That's A1. I have a friend who is looking for Sheree.
Baby, give her my social media handles. Here.
Type of woman, okay? He is looking for this type of woman, and he's like, I got all of this. It's just they don't have the mind. I got the money. They don't have the mind, and I'm, that's another.
That's another time.
Another
We'll talk
time.
about that. Maybe in 3 weeks I'll tell you about my date. But anyway,
But yeah, so just be open to non-traditional things.
Yes.
How
I think you should be.
Yes.
to a non-traditional relationship,
Yeah.
so that you can come in, observe, and see where you can lead,
where you can lead.
where
Yes.
you need to lead
Yes.
more in the area.
And you'll see leadership is seasonal, right? Because there will be some seasons where depending on what's happening to you, okay, you fall ill. She still not you can't, ain't much you can do.
Yeah.
Now she has to lead. So you got to choose wisely too, men.
Yes.
So you can't choose a woman where, because if you get a woman where all you want to do is lead and exert your power and tell everything to do, then if something happened to you, she's not gonna know what the hell to do.
Not
So
at all.
so it's nothing wrong with getting a woman that may slightly
good.
challenge.
That's very good.
You know, that may slightly say, hey babe, have you thought about it this way? Yeah. And you not feel like she's not allowing you to lead or emasculating you.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That matters. So if you have, we've been looking at comments in the chat. Yes. Let's see what these people are saying. Crispin, hey, y'all, they all speaking back to us. Yes. And so that really does matter. And I'll take it a step further, and we'll jump into the last one after that. But in terms of leadership, understand for women, when we say lead us, you don't have to be rough.
That's good.
In leading.
You need to know where you're going.
Yeah, but you don't have to, your approach doesn't have to be so hard. Mm-hmm. All right. Now you may have to say the same thing over and over. So, you know, sometimes we like children. I'm bratty. So if I don't get my way, I may be a little brat. You know, I'm a little brat. I'm going to act crazy. You know, not crazy, but I'm going to give you a hard time. I'm going to know why. But why? But why we can't go over there? Why we can't go there? I don't understand. Okay? It's not, math is not mathing. So you may have to do that. But in your approach, it doesn't have to be so rough. Okay? Now, you do need to be assertive.
You better be.
You need to say what you mean and mean what you say. And what do I mean by that? You cannot be a man that every 4 months you changing what we doing. Okay? If you don't know how you leading yourself and where we going, honey, I can only be on this bandwagon with you for so long. But this month you want to open up a corn laundry. That don't work, and things don't. You don't. And now you want to open up a boutique. Okay, then we done bought clothes and we got merchandise sitting in the garage because now you want to cut grass. Okay, honey, that's not working for me. Okay, you need to find out what you do well, and I'm going to help you do it great, because that's my job.
Yeah, that's good.
All right? We moving on. Anybody?
That was great.
That's great.
Right. And the last one he mentioned was attention. Oh, God. Women need attention, men.
Some days I feel like I revert back into a child. Like, I've said it like a million times. It's just me in the house. But
you be doing childlike things.
I do. So the house that I bought has a mother-in-law suite behind it, right? Mm-hmm. And so my mom lives on my property with me, but not in my house. She lives behind my house. And so there are days where I don't want to leave the house, and I will call my mom. Right? Mm-hmm. I'll call my mom, and I'm like, Mom, can you go to the store, or what time are you gonna leave the house today? Because I need her. So I can revert back into a child. Like, even yesterday, I wanted my dad to go pick up my pizza for me and my goddaughter that I had with me, and I called him and he didn't pick up. And I was on the phone with Sharice, and I said, he did not pick up this. I'm in there having a fit because my dad did not answer my phone call because I needed him to go pick up my pizza for me. Mama. Right? Mm-hmm. And then he called me back. And I had already made up in my mind to go pick up my own pizza. So I'm saying all of that to say, I need, you have to pay attention to me, okay?
You have to pay attention.
Because things that are happening throughout the day, I'm changing throughout the day. Okay, so I need you to pay attention to what is going on with me, to make sure that when I am being bratty, what the reasoning is behind that, getting to the bottom of that. I do need your attention. I'm okay with you hanging out with your homeboys because I'm gonna hang out with my homegirls. But if you're paying attention to me and my body language isn't right, I need you before you walk out that door to make sure home is good, to make sure I'm home. I'm home.
That's good.
I know that we have the house, but I am home. So you make sure home is good before you walk out. So that's what I'll say about attention.
Yeah. I think it's 2 things for me on the attention. It's give me attention and pay attention.
Pay attention, baby.
I want attention, and then I want you to also pay attention to me, because I don't always want to tell you.
Yeah.
I want you to have observed enough. And this not at the beginning, we're not talking beginning stage. We're talking like relationship. At this point, we should have learned some things about each other.
You need to pay attention, honey, because I don't want to help you get these cookies.
Right. I
don't want to help you.
Yeah.
I don't want to help you get you should know. You pay attention so you can get them on your own. I don't want to have to point you. I don't want to have to help you. Okay, land this strip. I don't want to have to help you.
I want attention and then also pay attention.
Yes.
Meaning I want attention and, answer the phone type of thing.
Mm-hmm. Even if I don't want nothing.
Yeah, even if I don't want nothing.
If I said what you're doing.
Even if I called you 10 minutes ago, if I'm calling you, answer the phone. No, I'm just...
No, answer the phone.
But for real, I do want to answer the phone. So I want attention in that way, and then I want you to pay attention to me, because I pay attention to who I'm with.
Yes.
That's always been like a running thing that different guys that I've talked to have said, like, you really pay attention, or I haven't had anyone. I do. I pay attention because I want the person to pay attention to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, be observed. That goes a long way, guys. Like, seriously, when you pay attention and you run something back to us that we said a while back ago, or you do something that we mentioned before, we're so appreciative, and it will open you to a whole nother area of a woman when you do those things.
Oh, that's good.
It will open you to
a whole nother way. You will experience that woman in a whole nother way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You get a whole different woman when you lock into those things. So do pay attention. Be detail oriented. Be observant. Observe me. Like she said, observe my energy. If you see like she normally not like that, something must be going on. Yeah, pay attention to that. Today I'm not gonna go with my boys. You know what I'm saying? I need to stay with her.
That's good. Something happening. I'm gonna chill out.
Something's off.
Yeah. Something's
and just
off.
be.
Yeah.
Until we kind of come out of that.
Come on out, and then because we give that same grace. Cause I gave that grace to somebody. I learned that they were kind of onion. I call it onion, layered. So it's like, I'm coming to you. I could tell you off, but you don't want to tell me you off.
Yeah.
For what? You know what I mean? Like, you off. Then I learned to just be, and then they started telling me. But yeah, pay attention, and I like attention, and I want you to pay attention to me.
What she
That's
said.
good.
Both.
I had a thought, but you were saying something so good. I had lost
You
it. Because I was paying attention.
Because you was paying
Because I was paying. See that right there? How I just did that? See that what I'm saying? Pay attention. You pay attention so good. What's in your mind? What you was gonna say? It leaves you because you're really engulfed into what's happening.
Yes.
Attention for me. I don't require a lot of it. I don't know why. But the only way you're going to find out what type of attention she needs is if you're spending time with her. If you're not spending considerable time with anybody, man or woman, there is no way that you will be able to tell what that person needs in terms of paying attention.
Yes.
Now, to give attention is different. You can see I'm being a little bit more needed and necessary, and so you concede and you give me your time. But in order for you to pay attention for me, that requires for you to be present in the moment, and that requires you to give more of your time than what you usually does in order for me to be your case study. I am your case study.
Good
okay
word.
So in order for you to pay attention to me and come up with a sufficient thesis to your hypothesis, I'm speaking science, okay? You gonna have to spend some time. You gonna have to invest some time. And honey, that is one of my love language. And I want a man that got his stuff together, but prioritize me. I understand you ain't gonna always. If you good at what you do, you busy. I get it. And people are pulling you in many different places. Yes. But honey, prioritize me so that you can pay me some attention and not just give me attention, because there is a difference.
Yes, it is.
Absolutely.
There is a difference. So that's what I'll say about attention.
Yeah,
okay,
that's good, because a quick little text go a long way.
I mean,
we don't have to, you know, because like as
FaceTime
you mentioned,
me and give me a sugar or something.
Yes, because as you mentioned, if it's a man who is about his business, is going to be busy.
He's gonna be busy.
You know, I appreciate that.
I'm a benefit. Because if you gone, it's consequences to you being gone. I'm going.
Right. But prioritize me in that. When you show that I am a priority within your day, you know, like, okay, my day starts at 7, but you know, I wanted to at least get a little time, so I called you at 6:50 on my way to work.
My way to work.
You know, I just wanted to, hey, just how you know, give you a quick little shout. Or in the middle of, like I said, a text goes a long way.
It goes a long way.
Quick. We don't have to be on
Let
the
me
phone
know you thought
here,
about me.
But I know that I'm a priority in your life.
And honey, don't try me. I'm gonna take a step further because I'm foolish. Y'all don't get that about me. If you call me on your way to work, we gonna walk in together on the phone. I want to hear you saying hello to all your buds. Hey bud, so I know. And then we'll hang up.
Really are?
Gotta make sure it's real. See, y'all they don't want to be truthful to y'all. They don't want to be truthful. But y'all like that too. Okay, y'all got to know. My best friend, I be on the phone with him. He get that quick call from the queen. All right, she got to know where he is. Okay, I understand her. Ain't that she insecure? No. She just checking. Trust, but verify. Very good. Okay, that's where we are with. That's good. Trust, but verify.
That goes into give attention,
and pay attention. You already know. Don't be like, oh babe, I'm at work. I'm finna get off the phone. Go ahead. What's the day? Hey. Exactly. Okay. Don't play with me.
That's good. All right. So we're observing too.
Okay.
It's not always the best.
I'm gonna take that off the screen. I know y'all can't see us, but I just want to tell you that.
And then he also gave like this sixth kind of thing.
He did, and I'm gonna play it for you right now.
What she needs from her man is masculine energy.
Did y'all hear that? That man said what he needed was what? What did he say he needed, friend?
Oh, the masculine energy?
That's what he said.
Okay. So I need that. I need the masculine energy because I'm a lady. Right? I'm a thank you.
I'm rough around the edges, but I'm a lady.
I'm a lady, and I know that in leading the way that I do at work and other things like that, I need your masculine energy to not consume me, but like I need to be like wrapped up in it. Like here he comes. I can feel you before you get to me.
That's good.
I need that. I need
good.
that.
That I can't wait to daddy get home because it's gonna be okay. Yeah. So he could wrap the muscles around me. Even if you ain't got no muscles, maybe you got a couple layers of cushion before the muscles. I need all that too.
Amen.
I need all that too.
Yeah.
I need all that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I need all that too. And that's to know that when you get home, everything all right.
Yeah.
Your presence makes it all right.
Yes.
Okay? And that comes to learning that you are a woman's piece as well.
Yes.
Ooh.
That's really good.
Yeah. That you're my piece as well. Okay? And masculine energy, like I said, ain't about rah. Look at my muscles. Look at my muscles. Look at my muscles.
Show me
it's not about that.
It's not about that flex.
It's not about that flex. Flexing in your money, flexing in your talents, and getting out. It ain't about that. 10 toes down. Peace. That's what it's all about.
And knowing that I can count on you.
Oh God, yes.
You are dependable.
Like if you say you're gonna do something,
Do it.
and if you can't,
Say
Yeah.
it.
communicate.
Let your yes be yes and your no be no. That's fine. Don't say you're gonna do something and don't do it. So when that masculine, when that masculine energy comes in, like you said, I can feel it coming. I know, like I got into an accident before, and just knowing that they was coming to see about me right then just made me feel calm, made me feel peace, so yeah,
That
part is, I can appreciate that.
I'm gonna
for
cut the
sure.
AC down. Y'all hot?
Well,
Is it me?
It's always me. It's on 75.
It's
I'm
on
always
75.
a little warm.
Okay,
so.
I'm okay. Look, Lord, we get to talking. I got flashes and things. It be stressing me out. Talk about these men. Who else? Y'all don't get stressed out
energy,
either?
that masculine energy got her.
It's stressing me out. Talk about the men and things.
But you know what I will say to your point, when you were talking about just now your accident that you got into and just knowing that person was coming.
I'm gonna cut the AC.
I actually stopped talking to someone because I stopped talking to him because something happened to me and he didn't show up.
Oh yes.
He didn't show up, and I wasn't even in a point where physically I could even take on
That's
how
not
that
why
would
you
make
stop
me
talking to
feel.
him.
In there.
That's not why you stopped talking to him. That's not true. I don't know. That's not true. Because he wasn't here to be present when it happened. So I don't think that was the case. It was him making it about him. In the midst of what happened to you was what made you say you were done. Because you had given him grace.
I
with
did
not being here.
about. You're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
You
You're right.
had given him
Absolutely
grace because he's not here. Things happen. He has to work. Maybe he can't get off. But then him making it about him was when you was like, you know what? Hey, get your churn off of here.
He definitely had to go because
I can identify with that.
Yeah.
I went into the
needed it
hospital
and didn't.
before,
Yeah, and I was like,
Yeah,
all right.
I'm like, I've been here for 2 weeks.
2 weeks and he ain't did
You
nothing.
can't-
Girl, I'd have been sending him all kind of text messages.
And then I'm like,
I thought she was here.
I had questions because I'm like, did someone die? Is your mom alive? Is your sister okay?
Man, I'd have showed him.
I'm like trying
I'd
to
show
figure
you.
out why you thought this was a
you
good
ain't showed
idea.
Yeah. Now they definitely redeemed themselves.
My decision was still my decision, but I'm trying to figure out, where was the breakdown? What what happened? So it was I'm with you on that.
Yeah. It affected things for sure.
Yes.
We definitely had a conversation when it happened, but it definitely. I mean, they redeemed themselves and
and all that other
gave
stuff.
grace
No, you
and
need to be
forgiveness
present,
and
honey. You
things,
need
but-
to come up in here.
But presence
Yeah.
makes a huge difference.
Presence
going
make a
back into
yes.
my dad has always
Present.
been present. Like even speaking of that incident, my dad doesn't live here. He lives in Virginia, but my daddy was here
But your daddy came
the whole time.
The
Stayed
whole
at the
time.
hospital and everything.
Everything. I'm gonna tell you something somebody told me. Speaking of dads, and then we're gonna close. But before we close, we want to tell you about an event that we're going to be present at.
Yes.
And Chantel will talk about it. But I got story time. Let me play the drum roll.
I like your
Oh
story.
Lord.
Hold on. Okay. Drum roll. So I have one of my technicians, and him and I was having a conversation, and he made the statement that his next girlfriend had to have her mom and her biological father
In her life?
or active stepfather in her life. That was his statement. He said he was not dating another woman that did not have that. Now this was about 3 months ago.
Wow.
He said this statement. He called me. I'm tell you how they fickle, but I'm going to tell you where the self-awareness came. He called me last week. He said, Miss Sharice? I said, yes, son. Don't call me no son. You're right, I ain't gonna call you that. So he say, I changed my mind. I said, why you change your mind? What you change your mind about? He says, I'm not gonna date. I said, why you not gonna date? He said, well, if I have to date a woman that had her father in her life that was present and set a standard and treated her a certain way, then that means that when I come into her life, she's going to be expecting me to do the same. And I am not in a place in my life where I can provide to her what a good father would have provided to his daughter. So, I'm only going to date. I'm not going to commit right now. What'd you take away from that man?
Respect.
All of this, these men, if a woman ain't got a father in her life, she don't know how to treat a man. She doesn't have interactions with a man. That is true. While that is a true statement, we do not negate that statement. What I am saying is be careful what you ask for.
Yeah.
Because if you get a woman that have had that and she happened to have a fantastic father,
And my dad is
you
fantastic.
have a standard to live. Her standard is the floor. Okay,
It's the
that's
floor.
the floor. That what you think is above and beyond, that's the bare minimum.
Yeah.
For her. So you got to be careful what you ask for. I want to throw that in there.
That's good.
When we talking about, men and being present and things like that. He said that, but he was going through something in a relationship, and she had mentioned what her father done. And he knew then that there was a standard that he wasn't able to live up to, and he needed to withdraw himself through communication with her, of course, because I told you, make sure you talk to that girl.
Yes.
But that was something that he decided he needed to do, and a realization he had for himself.
Yeah.
And I want to talk about, and I want a man on the show that can
that
speak
would
to
be great.
having a woman in his life whose father has been present in her life, and having to live up to the standard of her asking you something and then going to call her daddy after she asks you.
Honey, because
Because it's disrespectful.
it
is disrespectful.
You got a time frame.
But I want a man on the show that can speak to that.
Yeah.
Because
Time frame.
he wasn't he had enough sense and decision making because you married him or you decided to sleep with him, but you don't want to utilize simply what he say, and you got to go to your daddy. So he had enough sense for you to do that. But he ain't got enough sense for this. The math ain't mathing, sis. So we would love to speak to men, have men on the show that can talk to that. How does that make you feel as a man to have a woman in your life whose father was present and she truly values what he said? She asked you a question, and then in your face, at times, turn and ask her daddy the same question.
I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, that's disrespectful.
I
would love to hear.
I would love to hear. I want the guys to talk about
I want
that.
to hear about that.
I want the guys to talk about that.
Yeah.
But fret not. We won't hold you guys any longer.
We will not.
Before we close, though, we got to tell you how you can catch us outside.
All right, so as we pubbed earlier in the show, we want to let you all know on July 29th at 10 a.m., Besties Tell All will host a red carpet event for the annual Fix Your Crown Women's Brunch Experience hosted by Raquel Hill. Raquel, if you're still on the live, please say something so they can at least follow you. You please follow the Fix Your Crown on Instagram. There's a sisterhood on Facebook as well.
Fix Your Crown Sisterhood.
Raquel Hill is the administrator. She has a personal page. I'm sure she would be okay with you all following her there, as well as on Instagram. There's also, you can link with her with Beauty and the Beat. Is one of her handles on Instagram as well. But again, this is July 29th at 10 a.m. at WJCT. One of Jacksonville's own is hosting an annual Fix Your Crown brunch experience for women. It is from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Besties Tell All will be in the building, and we do expect to see you all there. You can purchase your tickets. I believe there is a discount code. Well, I'll tell you the discount code. You can see where you can purchase the tickets on the flyer on the screen now. The discount code is Besties and the number 5. That is BESTIES and the number 5. That will get you a discount for the ticket. Again, we are always complaining that things never come to Jacksonville. Things are never happening in Jacksonville. This is your opportunity to be a part of something that is hosted by someone that is a Jacksonvillian, right?
Yeah,
I've heard that in a while.
I've not heard that in a while, but yes.
So let's support Raquel. She supports others. I have been to the brunch and had a great time.
I've heard all great things about.
Definitely. So I've been there in the
sister
past.
looks great, too.
Always.
Love
It
the
is
sister.
always great. And she is full of positivity. And the day will be full of positive
spirit too.
Oh,
very
my
much. She is very much a
Oh, my
lady,
God.
okay?
She is a lady.
You
very
talking
much
about
a lady.
a lady and laid back?
Yeah,
Very
she's
calm.
very
That's
much
her.
a lady.
Never
So
had to raise her
you will learn something. You will walk away more free, with a better understanding, loving God even the more, loving yourself, loving your sisters. You will not regret being a part of this event. Again, that is on July 29th at 10 a.m. WJCT. And Raquel Hill is
And she's on the live.
She is
So
on the
y'all,
live, so
if
please
you're
connect
on,
with her. Yes,
connect
please.
with
She's on the live.
Please connect with her. But please go out and get those tickets. Invite your besties. We will be on the red carpet, so we do hope to see your face in the place.
And y'all, I want to give a round of applause for our moderator, Stephanie Dunbar. Thank you, Stephanie, for putting the information in the chat for us. She dropped it in there. Shout out to Stephanie.
Oh, you're welcome, Raquel. You're
welcome.
very
And
welcome.
before we even close, we want to show you guys this. Check it out.
Give yourself to yourself before you give yourself away. I am done. I am done with not making myself the number one priority.
But it's something when you get in a room full of powerful women. You start remembering who you are. You start remembering where you come from. You start remembering all of the pain and all of the tears. We are powerful. And ain't no devil in hell can stop us. Tell somebody I'm still here. I'm still here.
Y'all, isn't that good? Isn't that good? All I'm just saying is you need to be there.
Don't deny yourself.
You need to be in
deny
the
yourself.
building. It is going to be amazing.
Yeah, and remember,
it's going
we
to
pay,
be amazing.
We pay for what we want to pay for.
Yes.
What we think is important.
Yes.
Ladies, this is important.
Yes.
Life-changing.
And also, not only is this important, invest in your inner self.
Yeah.
Invest in your inner self. Okay? You can look good all day long on the outside. But honey, if you're toe up in the inside, you ain't gonna have a man in your life to tell him about the 5 things you need anyway.
Not for long, you won't.
You could be able to get them, but you darn sure won't keep them.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
So just be mindful of that. But listen, we want to talk about next week. Next week, we're talking about real estate. We're going to have a lady on the show that's going to tell you all about how you can purchase a home, maybe even hit on credit. I'm going to talk about something that's passionate to me, and that's credit cards. I'm going to tell you how to make credit cards work for you for disciplined people. She was a protege of mine, and it works very well for her. Credit cards are not the devil. We're going to talk about how you can use credit cards to build your credit. We're also going to talk about how you can take the bills that you pay and take those bills and take your credit score up by simply paying your bills. We're going to talk about that next Sunday. But you got to tune in live, all right? Time will be announced. Our times right now are fluctuating, but we're trying to figure out when are you guys best on social media.
Right.
And the only way we can do that is have these lives. It'll then tell us our impressions, and then we can set our time, what's the best time to go live, to make sure you guys can participate with us when we go live.
Absolutely.
We are a small podcast with big dreams, with great impact, and we need your help. The way that you can help us is through donating. $2, $3, $4 goes a long way.
Yes, it does.
We have put our Cash App on the screen. There's a QR code that you can scan. Scan it or type in $ Bessie's Tell All. Donate $2, $3, $4. We ain't even asking for $5. Not yet. Okay.
Not yet.
We $2 shortest for right now.
But if you want to,
But if you
Yes,
want to
feel
give
free.
more,
We don't wanna
yeah,
limit
yeah,
you
yeah. We
to
don't. We don't put no
$2.
limits on the ceiling.
No
Okay.
limit.
If you would like to bless, please be a blessing, all right? Because the proceeds that you give us help to build the brand, and we would like for it to go as far as it can go.
Absolutely.
Because we want to impact women, best friends is how we all started this, and people like Z that we love, that has a beautiful, not only beautiful voice, but has a voice that can speak to young women and women abroad. Okay?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, so now that we have come to the end, we want to thank you all so very much for tuning in. We cannot do what we do if you all do not log on, and the numbers don't lie, okay? So last week when I took a look at some of the stats, it said that we have reached over 800 people. That was last week. So thank you all for tuning in, even if it was just for a minute, 2 minutes, or for like the Stephanies of the bunch that tune in from start to finish, okay? Yes. We want to thank you all so very much. We want to thank Lazidra Love.
Follow her on social media. I'll put her social media handles up. Yes.
For coming. Today is Sunday. Of course, it's a church day for everyone. And usually she booked and busy, okay? Because
she has
a voice. Yes, she is booked and busy. But
I will be next Sunday too, if y'all want to come to that too.
Pump that. Do that.
Really? I do Sundown Sundays with MVP Band. And we do, well, it's like definitely once a month. But the next one is July 9th, which is next Sunday at 5 to 9. It's a great time, guys.
Like, we might be there.
Yeah.
And they're going to be at Raquel's event.
And they will be at Raquel Hill's event as well. But yeah, y'all come out. You just want to have a good time, like something after, you know, on Sunday. It's real chill. It's a nice, fun. It's a great atmosphere. I have enjoyed it.
What now?
It's called Sundown Sundays.
Sundown.
I'm sure it's on Eventbrite today, and it is definitely on Eventbrite. Yep. Yeah, come on out, you know, and just have a good time. Have a good time with your friends. Have a good time with just us or whatever.
Yeah. And this girl can blow. So you want to be there.
You definitely want to be there.
Y'all come.
It is. It's a great time. So we are thankful that you came, right? We don't.
Thanks for the invite.
And we thank you for saying yes to the invite, right? you give it a round of applause. But thank you. It's your personal time, right? On a day where you could be resting, you could be spending time with your daughter.
On Sunday, Funday.
Anything you could be doing, but you said yes to the call, right? We love you. We really do. So thank you.
You're welcome.
To those who are still here, again, we want to thank you all so very much for your participation, for commenting in the chat, for just advocating for BTA, right? Remember, you can ask us questions. You can put it in the DMs on Besties Tell All. You can DM us personally. You can also message us if you have our phone numbers and you have something that you want to say or something that you would like for us to share on here. Reach out to us and we can tell you what that looks like. But wait a minute. Is that everything?
That's it.
So much. All right. I did it all.
Because that's who you are.
All right. Yeah. So, with that being said, we of course have a question, and you all can say it with us. Ready, ladies?
Ready.
Do you really want a best friend? Bye.
Let me tell you about my best friend. Stick my knee through thick and thin. No matter what I'm going through, she's always there, 'cause that's what best friends do. Let me tell you about my best friend. I just might cry when it's falling down. She intercedes for me, always loving me. There is no one better than my best friend.